We have Mr. Denny Ifetayo joining us, a media consultant, public affairs analyst, as we walk through some of the front pages this morning. Mr. Ifetayo, welcome to the morning brief. So that big story is really bold, right? But you just see as well, Nigerians spend 509 billion on electricity in 3 months amid poor performance. So let's try to see if we can merge these two stories. By the way, I heard some story yesterday about people who still bypass their meters. And I'm like, in 2025, people are still bypassing meters. So it's two sides of the coin. But Mr. Ifetayo, the biggest story on the front page of The Guardian is about routine maintenance, Nigeria relying on Ghana, and of course the power situation. We're spending a lot, but we're still not getting that value, we'll say. Your thoughts?
Yeah, good morning once again. The thing is that, you know, they say when a purpose of a thing is not known, an abuse is inevitable. Because when they don't know the potential of what you have, you might as well lose it, or you might pay so much before you can regain it. And that was a huge amount of money being spent, what you could have attended to, you know, had value, you know, create job opportunity and all of that. But because you are not paying attention to it, after all, maybe because it's not your priority. And just like you are saying in the morning that when they create a ministry, you are like, wow, this is going to be big, very creative, but nothing has been heard, nothing has been done. Or maybe perhaps they are doing something they are not telling Nigeria. And talk about the power maintenance, you know, Nigerians spend 509 billion on electricity in 3 months, and if you are spending money and it's not showing, that means you are not getting it right. I believe it's high time in 2025, just like you said, some people still bypassing. You know, when there is no penalty, there's no stiff punishment, I think people will continue to do the same thing. Like they say, where there's no law, there's no crime, there's no sin. I've never seen anyone that have been prosecuted. Even I stand to be corrected. Some officials of power holdings, you know, they still take some side or a kind of kickback, you know. Maybe once the person is caught, they will give such an individual soft landing if you rum their palm. You understand what I'm saying? So there are a whole lot that need to be looked into, and we are missing a lot. If what you have capacity to do, you are not paying attention to it, yet we are just like I said, maybe the government, they just only pay attention to only the crude oil that we have and all of that. That's why we are still looking at it, maybe because they said they are attacking pipelines. So maybe that's the only thing they pay attention to. But whatever it is, we are missing, and I think they can still reverse the trend.
Well, there are a lot to chew on there, Mr. Ifetayo, because one keeps wondering, particularly about the big story, why we do not have the expertise to manage that very, very viable value chain in our maritime industry. But let's head over to the Nigerian Tribune this morning, and there's a lot to also reflect on as far as the big story is concerned. Mr. Ifetayo, look at it. 2027, INEC Atiku Group differ over new party registration, and there are just 2 riders there, I believe, or 3. You are frustrating registration of new political parties. I believe that's ascribed to the former vice president. Coalition of political leaders follow due process. That's ascribed to INEC. So is this something that we should consider formidable, particularly after that press conference led by a former vice president, where he was also flanked by, you know, other former members of the ruling party? Is it a real threat to the All Progressives Congress as we gradually approach 2027?
Yeah, you know, politics is a game of numbers, and if you are coming together, you look at it, like they said in Yoruba, a tree does not make a forest. So if you are looking at it by your own strength alone, that you might not be able to prevail, can we come together? But INEC saying that they should follow due process. If they have done the necessary thing or they follow due process, why not? And just like there are conditions, if you come up with a new political party and maybe you are supposed to win 3 seats, maybe at the House of Assembly or at the Senate, you must have a seat before you can be recognized. So I think they should do the right thing. I'm sure it's a freedom of association. It's enshrined in our constitution. So, but saying that, I'm sure they can meet, okay, what are the things you feel that we are frustrating, or we don't want to allow any political party to emerge or to register, or what are the process that she should be looking into? You know, sometimes some of our government official or political party or opposition, they try themselves on the pages of newspaper. Instead of addressing the issue, go to the office. What are the things you think we need to do? If they do, I don't think INEC has power, to deny any a registration of a new political party. But they can still meet at the table rather than trying themselves on the pages of newspaper.
Okay, maybe we'll go to this Nigeria. Quite an interesting headline. LG autonomy don't frustrate implementation. Labour warns state governors not to deviate from Supreme Court judgment on resource allocation to third tier. And then we have the Natasha story down, just at the bottom of that as well. But I'd like you to speak to this as well, which has to do with the Supreme Court judgment. I think that judgment came sometime in July last year or so. Can't remember the exact month. That insisted that monies must go straight to the LGs, but we don't know how the implementation has come through in terms of regularization. Your thoughts?
Yes, this is to show on the part of government if they are saying rule of law. Leaders should lead by example. And since the Supreme Court have made the pronouncement, the judgment, I think it should be followed in total. But it's just because they say it would, how do they put it, dictate the tune, something like that, because they are the one that put most of these local government chairmen there, so they still be the one that is dictating what comes to them. But I think if we are saying we are a federal republic, we follow rule of law, that these are the things that they should do. And I think even the media too can help ask the Minister of Finance, where is this money, federal allocation, how are they doing it? Because the judgment that may pass, everybody know where the judgment, Supreme Court judgment stand on this. And the local government too should be held accountable, because they are the closest to the grassroots, they are closest to the people. And the only thing I would have expected the state governors to do is that, okay, 20 naira is coming to you, come up with a plan. What are you using your money for, so that, because you are like the CEO of the whole state, the chief security officer, what are you doing in this area? And I may ask you in your locality, based on your peculiarity, what are the people want? What do you think will bring succor to the people in the grassroots? So see the template and you can just guide them. But saying that the money should not go to them directly is an aberration, even on our constitution and the Supreme Court judgment.
There you go. A lot to unpack, really, but we have to thank you so much, Mr. Nifedha Tayo, for our insights yet again into some of the big stories on the front pages. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to be here once again.